Supreme thought, supreme being, supreme light. I manifest the knowledge for wisdom to shine bright. How you think you see the moon unless in the sun bright? Women claim independence, you can never dim the light. Today's math is understanding, I'm about to get them right. The contrast to its astral take fight. The only thing you're really missing is understanding the fight. Supreme, supreme. Starring each sage and weed, I'm about to take speed and enter me, mastering 55 degrees to deity, higher in fire and cold water, into samadhi. You could never know my body. Bars. Naga.
I was having a thought just now, sitting there meditating with Divine. And you know, me, I'm always in like this kitty energy, right? I'm always in like this kid energy. I get happy real fast, like, and I get like giddy, right? So Divine know like that's a good way for me to learn as far as taking in knowledge, right? So it was like snakes and ladders. Snakes and ladders. And it was like, watch what he do with this. Like this guy, I like him. He's so like Divine. Like I like you. I like how you put it together. Salute Divine. You already know the vibes. I got you. I got you. We're gonna shake it up down here. I got you. So snakes and ladders, snakes and ladders. You know, remember that was a game. You know what I'm saying? But snakes and ladders. You know, the snakes is the wisdom in between 2 points. You know, ladders they got like steps that you connect in between. So each foot that rises is a piece of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It's knowledge. It's patience. It's being sturdy. It's being saying excessive, and you going up the ladder. But the ladder is the connection in between 2 points, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like something to carry. Watch how you usurp this whole energy and just turn it on his head, like. Well, snakes and ladders. That's how we're supposed to grow. Snakes and ladders is how you're supposed to raise your family. Connect the 2 points of wisdom, snake. You know what I'm saying? From one time that's passing to the next time that's coming. You connect that wisdom. Your focus is not anything but the connection, the first connection. Because that connection is going to entail it keeps going. You see what I'm saying? It's time for everything to have its connection. So you don't jump spaces because you make mistakes. As parents, we like to not take responsibility for our actions, and we like to separate these values within our creations. This is very detrimental because the outcome is going to show where you placed your groceries. It's going to show where you stacked it up at as it ends. So like potentially if I'm taking boxes and I'm piling them up over a certain period of years and I'm building up a wall, if I only pile up all the boxes over here, then these gaps I got over here are going to be open. My kingdom is not going to be solidified because I didn't block it in. I didn't give structure to everything. You see what I'm saying? Like, and the world teaches the division aspect. The world teaches the division aspect even within your families. You know, we don't know what happened at certain times. This is why they try to keep records and they tell you and then they change the records. I don't trust nothing that said it was changed. I don't care who said it. If it was changed, I don't trust it. Because that means I got to believe more than one person's emotional contact. And that's not something I want to do. It's a lot in there. You know what I'm saying? For that to even be truth. If truth doesn't have to be changed. We take a lot of words out of context and we use them for different circumstances like they can be used for these circumstances. It's like when Divine said it, it was speaking to the process of Divine, how Divine would do it. When we speak to it, it has contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like if you speak to unconditional love, we say love. You know what I'm saying? If we speak to, unfolding truth, you know what I'm saying? We just true. You know what I mean? And those are lies. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's like you can't really do it all the way for some reason. Like you won't even do it all the way because something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll rather propagate negative energy opposed to, you know, garnering a level of growth with a circumstance or individual people. I always say in a lot of my old bills that unconditional love multiplies, you know what I'm saying? And because people don't get it or learn it, they think they can never know what it is. And I'm sorry that a lot of people went through a lot of pain. I used to feel like that when I was young, like the things I went through, I was the only one going through it. You know what I'm saying? But then I went around the world and I started seeing people go through stuff. And I was like, wow, it made me want to be compassionate for them. I never told them I was going through what I was going through. I just started reaching my arms out because I seen they need love at certain points and times of their lives. No matter where I went, I would show a level of love that I know they wasn't going to get. And see, people are afraid of that. People are afraid of that, yo. They're afraid of true love because true love teaches people what you should get. True love teaches people true love teaches people the true level of teaching. It shows people how you should be treated. True love does. And if you can't get this level, if you get this level of love from somebody that you don't know, but you can't get this level of love from people that you know, that's a hurtful feeling. That's a hurtful feeling. And it's also an eye awakener. It's like you're gonna, whoa, how did I get here? What is this? Ultimately, some people fight away from it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's this. They funny. They this. There's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll try to judge it in that aspect. The world has come so far from just being able to go down the street and get a cup of water from someone. The world has come so far from you just pulling over on the side of the road helping because you know what I mean. I remember when I was in New York, I got maced in the face. Somebody robbed me. Got maced. Took everything out of my pocket. I'm like, oh, I fall in the snow. But I look fly though. I was dressed. Handsome. You know what I'm saying? Had my Charlotte on, you know what I'm saying? I was jeweled up. They just took my money. People was stepping over me in the snow. I'm like, help you, I got maced. They saw it. He was stepping over me in the snow. Stepping over me. I never treated nobody like that. And it was crazy because it broke my heart. Not the fact that I got robbed, the fact that people stepped over me. That hurt. I didn't care about the robbery. You know what I'm saying? I got robbed in New York. Like that happens. You get mugged. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? But it was the fact that people stepped over me and I couldn't see. I was blind. I thought something else was gonna happen. I'm like, yeah, something else gonna happen. I can't see right now. It's a wrap. I'm either gonna fall somewhere, land on something, stab myself, something gonna happen. And I found a banister and I sat on the step for a minute. I was putting snow on my face. I still couldn't see. So I ended up walking to somebody else I knew was close by. I got there and ended up washing my face out. But ultimately, that really hurt my feelings. I was like, yo, and I told God the whole way I was walking back there. This is before I was even on the level of understanding I'm on now. You got to mind you, this is over 20 years ago. I'm telling God, I'm like, God, your people out here effed up. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to tighten up because I was wilding, right? But it was real though. And it ultimately sent me on the path to want to start speaking to these different values. Like I always been on a level, but like not that type of level. And this is I was young, like I was learning the knowledge when I was this age. You know what I'm saying? I was learning the knowledges of the worlds and the different sciences and stuff like that. Collectively, our people when we are late to the start, when we late to the race line or we late to whatever's going on, you they ultimately want to downplay the value because of what they miss. We got to stop being so hateful towards one another as a culture. Even if you don't like somebody, stay away from them. Just stay away from them. Go wash that negative energy. Go ask yourself why you carrying hate for somebody you don't know or you know. Even if you don't like the way they move, why are you picking up a level of energy for them? Excuse me, is it because you fear them ultimately? Is it because you got a level of fear for them? And that possibly may be. Or you just like them so much. See, it don't even sound right to say that. It don't even sound right to say that. So who who knows? I mean, that's why I said it starts at the home. You know what I'm saying? Some people in their family, what the brother was saying, the angry man, what he was saying, the unspoken Negro contract. They get deeper than that, man. Our culture go home and be a whole different way from how they is around people every day. Talk trash. Just go talk trash about people that I seen that growing up. I'm like, yo, that's your friend. And people would say stupid stuff, and you like, yo, what does that mean? How do you like? It took me a long time to understand what fake was. You know what I'm saying? Watching people talk behind people back, and then you smiling right in their damn face, like, and these people that was close to me, I'm like, but you said that was your friend. You fake, yo. Like how you know what I'm saying? Like, and then people didn't like being called out on their wrongs. They didn't like being called out like that. And it's like, how do I be around you and you gonna be like that? You showing me I can't be around you because you willing to do that energy in public. You willing to be like that all the time. Our culture got some underlying issues, yo, and that's just the bottom line. As a culture, we got some underlying issues, and ultimately, the reason why it sound like or it looks like nothing's happening is because every time something has happened, our culture felt like if we had a did this move, we would have been a part of some level of greatness. Do you not understand? They choose people that look like you to seem like things are getting better just to keep you where you at. Your word never mattered. Your aggression to anything political or anything never mattered. They just choose people that represent their party to make it look decisive so therefore you can feel a part. None of that is real, man. It never been real. Back in the day, people used to know TV was TV. People knew that. They knew that was a big separation. It was never real. Nowadays, everything want the smoke. You get what Donald Trump say? I'm going to Twitter. And you're like, what they did on the bus? I'm going to Twitter. I'm going over. I'm gonna go to their page and let them know. Remember back in the day, that was just a conversation. I was like, yo, I don't like this show. They'd be like, run, girl, run. Oh, she's stupid. I wish I could tell her. Now you can tell her. You go, you go to the page and and be like, I don't like the fact that you fell over that stick in the movie. Your ass should have kept running. You know what I'm saying? All the nuances that's here, we created. I tried to explain this ish years ago, man. I told people, I was like, yo, me and my brother, when we was young, yo, we used to have conversations about cartoon. We used to always watch Marvel comics. Like me and my brother was big Marvel comic heads. You know what I'm saying? He had the magazines and I liked the cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he would be reading all the comics or whatever. We'd be discussing Spider Man, and we used to watch the Super Friends. You know what I'm saying? And Fireman. Spider Man, Iceman, and Firestar. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to watch this. We was like, I was like 3, and he was like 7. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to watch this, so we'd be having conversations like one day they're gonna make a real life movie out of these. It's gonna be real people like Ben, Ben, Ben. You know what I'm saying? And then like years later, they come out with the real life movie. We create these nuances because we believe in them. And at certain levels of time in our life, our electrical synapses are very, very high. They're so high, as soon as you think about it and leave it alone, it goes. And now it's out there and it lands somewhere and that energy becomes tangible. Whether or not you stay connected to it or not, it becomes real and you get a chance to experience it. We are so powerful as individual beings and as a culture, more collective, more powerful collectively we are as a culture. And that, it's not to say you can't have your own thoughts, but if you get in line with somebody on a thought together, the powerful things you'll be able to do will be different. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about really bringing things into fruition. And you like if you got rusty copper cables, the electricity ain't gonna go through it right. It's gonna like stop because the copper cable might have some erosion on it, and right there where it stops at, it's gonna burn that plastic or that rubber, and this is where you get like cord explosions and stuff. So you got to understand the same thing happens in your body. Like you'll get like pains in your body when you're trying to charge up energy without being healthy. Certain things will stop working because everything has to conduct it. You have to have the right level of clean water through so it can conduct. And if it's impurities in there, that can mess with the conductivity of the electricity. So this is why they ask you to be healthy. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, your level of information, it has to be clear. And I don't want to hear the gibberish or what I'm saying, something that you're not clear about because you feel the energy. I want you to give it to me at its height because that's what we're gonna need to balance out everything and fix everything. Everybody has to play a role. And everybody's playing a role right now. They just don't know where it's going. It's just like it kind of feels like we're having a world conversation in a sense. But ultimately, these conversations or these uploads everybody's doing and pushing levels of knowledge. I hope you're using it to actually teach yourself too, because you should be learning from yourself. You should be learning from what you said before, and it should be doing something for you. It should be everything you say should do something. It should go somewhere. It should have capabilities to drive. Even if no one gets in the car, it should have the capability to move. And keep that in mind. Everything you say should have the capability to move. Because if you're not, if it's not a value, why you speak? Because spoken words of no value are spells. If it's not moving, it's holding. Those are the only two directions. If it's not moving, it's holding. So be mindful of these certain things. Every energy, every wordplay has intention. The more intelligent you become, the more you're going to see that most of the words you use and say were shown to you to keep you trapped. So, with that being said, I'll be popping in with the little quickies. Bing, bing, bing. Check this out real quick. Hey, yo, like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel. You already know the vibes. Love.